If I told you NASA's latest images might confirm something straight out of the Bible? Recently, telescopes captured strange formations in space that look eerily similar to the description of biblical angels. Fiery beings covered in eyes that the prophets wrote about thousands of years ago. Could it be that what the ancients saw wasn't just symbolic, but real? And if so, does this mean they have finally returned? When people first saw this footage captured by NASA's most advanced telescopes, they assumed it was just another dying star, another nebula forming as a sun released its final burst of energy into space. But when you slow down and really look at this image, it's almost impossible to ignore the similarities to something far older, far more mysterious than science alone can explain. What you're looking at isn't just random gas and dust. It's a perfect eye staring directly back at us from the void. Look closer at this and let me know what you think it is in the comment section below. The resemblance is chilling because the Bible itself describes heavenly beings that look exactly like this. In the book of Ezekiel, the prophet writes of wheels within wheels, filled with countless eyes that moved in every direction, never turning as they went, guided by the Spirit of God. These were not just visions of light. Ezekiel claimed they were living creatures, guardians of the throne, beings beyond human comprehension. And now with all our modern technology, we capture something eerily similar, giant cosmic structures in the exact shape of an all-seeing eye, glowing with power in the darkness of space. Scientists say it's just a star's remains, but even they admit that the symmetry and design of the Helix Nebula is baffling. Space is supposed to be chaotic, but this looks intentional, like it was crafted by intelligence. Astronomers can explain the physics of gases, fusion, and collapse. But what they cannot explain is why these cosmic wonders align so perfectly with descriptions written thousands of years ago in Scripture. For thousands of years, people dismissed Ezekiel's vision as metaphor, claiming he was using imagery to describe something too great for the human mind to grasp. But what if it wasn't metaphor at all? What if he was recording in exact detail what he saw? A being so massive, so otherworldly, that even the sky itself became a canvas for its presence. What if what NASA is capturing isn't just space phenomena, but remnants or reflections of those very same beings? Because here's the most unsettling thought. In the Bible, these entities weren't stationary. They moved with purpose. They followed wherever the Spirit led them. And if that's true, what would it mean that now in our time, humanity is once again beginning to see their forms through the lens of science? Are these just stars dying? Or are they warnings, signs, perhaps even the return of the very beings Ezekiel saw over 2 millennia ago? When most people think of angels, they picture winged beings that look almost human. But the Ophanim are nothing like that. Described in the book of Ezekiel, these are the wheels within wheels, massive living entities covered in countless eyes that move in perfect unison. They are not bound by the laws of physics, moving wherever the Spirit of God commands, and they never turn as they move. Imagine an endless gyroscope of spinning, glowing wheels with every inch of them alive and aware, staring in every direction at once. That's what Ezekiel claimed he saw. And these beings aren't just for show. Their role is staggering. The Ophanim are considered the guardians of God's throne itself, one of the highest ranks in the celestial hierarchy, standing so close to the divine presence that even prophets trembled just trying to describe them. Their power is beyond comprehension. Unlike angels who serve as messengers, warriors, or protectors, the Ophanim embody the very order of the heavens. They are eternal motion, eternal vigilance, and eternal obedience to the Creator. Ancient Jewish mystics believed that their sheer radiance could collapse a mortal's mind in an instant, because no human brain could handle the sight of infinite eyes staring back at them. And unlike the more familiar archangels, such as Michael or Gabriel, the Ophanim are rarely mentioned, almost as if their existence was meant to remain hidden. But in every text that does describe them, one thing is clear: they are unstoppable forces of divine will, too strange and too powerful to even fit within our human definition of what an angel is. So if something in the heavens actually resembled the Ophanim, we wouldn't just be talking about a strange anomaly in space. We'd be talking about one of the most terrifying, and awe-inspiring signs imaginable. A being that doesn't just visit Earth or deliver messages, but that surrounds the very throne of God, manifesting order and judgment on a cosmic scale. And that's why people who see footage like this can't shake the thought. What if these beings aren't just ancient visions? What if they've been watching all along? What if the Ophanim, the mysterious wheels within wheels described by the prophet Ezekiel, were never meant to be pictured as ordinary angels at all, but rather as living divine craft, cosmic engines of heaven that carry the very throne of God across dimensions? When Ezekiel looked up and saw them, he didn't describe wings, harps, or robes like the angelic art we see today. He described colossal wheels intersecting with other wheels, rotating in every direction, covered with countless all-seeing eyes glowing with fire and lightning, and moving in perfect unison with the Spirit of God. To him, living thousands of years ago, the only words he had were wheels, fire, and eyes. But to us now, in an age of technology and spacecraft, the description reads almost like a blueprint for something far beyond human engineering. Imagine it: immense celestial constructs, radiant and alive, serving as the transport of God's presence, moving between realms with infinite precision, shifting between heaven and earth in ways no human mind could comprehend. Ancient Jewish mystics taught that these beings were not just guardians, but vehicles, the literal chariots of the Almighty, capable of carrying his throne wherever he willed. If that's true, then the Ophanim weren't just angels. They were the very embodiment of divine technology, a kind of heavenly machinery so advanced it blurs the line between life and machine, spirit and matter. And here's the most unsettling part. Modern UFO reports share eerie similarities with glowing orbs and disc-shaped objects that move against the laws of physics, darting silently through the sky and vanishing without a trace, as if obeying commands from a higher dimension. If NASA's telescopes or modern cameras are capturing images of strange, wheel-like objects in the heavens, could it be that humanity is once again glimpsing the same wheels within wheels Ezekiel saw thousands of years ago? Could what we call UFOs actually be the Ophanim, still patrolling the skies, still carrying out their purpose as the throne bearers of heaven? And if so, it means these so-called angels are not just symbols of faith. They may be the ultimate reminder that heaven itself is not a distant realm, but an active, moving kingdom with technology, power, and presence far beyond anything